Next thing we are having the neutralization reaction. So what is the neutralization reaction? Neutralization reaction, that means when a acid reacts with the base, they will form the salt and the water. So let's see how they are forming the salt and the water. When an acid is mixed with a base, they try to neutralize each other effect. Just like a very good example I am having in my mind, that whenever we feel the acidity, so what we do, just like here I am writing acidity. Why we feel acidity? Because there is due to the hyper secretion of HCl in our stomach. Now when we feel acidity, what we take? We take eno. Now what is this eno? Eno is a base. So at that time, after taking the eno in the stomach, we just, that means what we can say, there is a gas produced and that comes out from the mouth and we feel, that means a taste of salts come. Then we think that maybe this is the flavor of the flavor of the eno, but that is not the flavor of the eno. When a base reacts with the acid, they forms the water. That means NaCl is formed and they will form the water. So that gas is produced, that means the NaCl is produced in the stomach. So here hydrochloric acid and NaOH, when hydrochloric acid reacts with the sodium hydroxide, they forms the hydrochloric acid, that means the common salt and the water. That means they will form the salts and the water. That means they will just neutralize the reaction of the acid. Okay, now common salts we are having over here. The most common salts known to us is sodium chloride. The nature of salt may be acidic, basic or neutral. The nature of salt may be predicted by the strength of their parent acid or base. So here the table is given, what is the chemical formula, who is the parent acid and who is the parent base. Now in the common salt, what we known as the sodium chloride, the chemical formula is written here. Okay, now the who is the parent acid? Hydrochloric acid is the parent acid. And who is the parent base? Sodium hydroxide. Just same in the case of calcium carbonate. Carbonic acid is the acid part and the carbonic hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, is the base part. In the potassium case, sulfuric acid is the acid, potassium hydroxide is the base. That means when just you can see over here, all the hydroxides are base over here. Okay, now we are having the properties of salts. Now let's see what are the properties of salts. Now salts are mostly solid. They will be solid. They will not, that means here the word is used mostly, that means they can be found in the liquid part, but mostly they are found in the solid. They are soluble in water, as we all know that the salts are soluble in water, as we use the salt in our food for the taste. Now carbonates, oxide, sulfates are insoluble in water. Salts, okay, they are insoluble in that means there are something carbonates, sulfates, that they are not soluble in water. Salt in water are generally a good conductor of electricity, as we all have seen this experiment in the movie of Three Idiot, that the salt is a good conductor of electricity, as we have read everywhere. But just try to do your own experiment, you will get your answers. Salts are found in the crystals, as we that means they are known as the water of crystallization, and such salts are called hydrated salts. They are also known as the hydrated salt. That means the salts that we found in the sea or lake, they are not in the pure form. So to convert that into the pure form, a lot of processes are also generated. Now here one more thing is written: the hydrated salts that have their water of crystallization are known as anhydrous salts. So just remember this one, hydrated salts here, anhydrous salts is also there. Now let's see what are the common uses of salts. NaCl is used as table salt for cooking and eating, what we use in our home. Now sodium carbonate is used for washing soda to the cloth and to the detergent. That means to the, what we can say, washing soda. That means we can say surf, nirma. This that means sodium carbonate is used. The next one we are having sodium bicarbonate. So baking soda or baking powder, as we all know the names, baking soda and baking powder. This is the sodium bicarbonate for just in the mainly in the cakes and the breads it is used. Okay, the last part just I'm going to teach over here, that is the copper sulfate. So copper sulfate, what is the use of this copper sulfate? It is preparation of fungicide. So it is used in the dyeing industry and also as a wood preservation. Now in the case of that means in the industry of that means dyeing in industry, there are a lot of insects that they attack the wools and all those things. So they just use the copper sulfate so that the insects cannot harm their product. AgNO3, that is the silver nitrate, is used in the film industry. That means in the photography. In the older time we have seen the reel. This yes, this is the given. So to wash this one, then that means the ammonium nitrate is used. The next we are having calcium carbonate. So what is this calcium carbonate? For white washing soda. The next one we are having the ammonium nitrate or ammonium sulfate. It is used as a fertilizer. As we all know that ammonia, that means the ammonia which is just given to the field, they just raise their fertility. The next one we are having the potassium nitrate. The potassium nitrate, that means they are helps in the making of the gunpowder and the matchsticks powder, so that they can, that means what we can say, the it is a type of a dangerous thing, but they are used in a very low amount. Now the last one we are having the potash alum. The alum is help us to pure the water, that means to filter the water, as well as the alum also helps to, that means whenever there is a cut in some skin, so we can also use the alum part. So just up to this part only we will teach over here. In the next video we are going to read the other part. That means in the next video will be the last video of this chapter.